They are mine, so I've got it ready to go.
Okay,
I
it's
haven't logged
preparing
into
to
this fucking thing
live
for weeks.
stream.
Apparently, I've got 47 notifications. Nice to know that I'm.
Oh, popular.
No, it's because I haven't been into it. It's all going to be like, did you know someone posted something? And I'm like, I don't care.
We're live.
We are live.
So this is just the green
what
room
is this
until
new flash Facebook look? Fuck off! I don't need this.
yeah, we'll just wait for a little bit. So if you're watching now, which says one person's watching, I don't know if that's me that's watching. But we're just going to wait for Ben before we start. So no doubt, two watching, but two of us.
That'll be Ham. Okay, so I need this link. Where's the YouTube? What channel am I going on to get this stream?
Oh, hold on. I can magically, let me just log into WhatsApp.
No, I'm not on what. No, I can't have that because I'm not on the WhatsApp desktop.
Oh,
I'm just sat on my laptop in the living room.
How do I get you the link then?
Are you Clark Kent 10? What do you call it? I'll just look up your YouTube page.
White Rocks.
White Rocks. White Rocks. There we are. 31 subscribers, 3 videos. And then that's not you. Got the Apple iPod, got the AirPods early.
Yeah, no, that's not me.
Oh, okay, live now. Right, I got it. Copy link. No. Here we go. Got it.
Excellent. I must remember with these headphones in not to go to the toilet with them in, as I did last week.
Yeah, or certainly mute your audio.
Oh yeah, there.
I can hear you like swallowing. You're like gulping. What are you eating? Come.
No, just a bottle of Budweiser. I'm not eating it. I'm just drinking it. Are they really? Am I really loud then?
It was like gulps. Like I could hear it slurping down your throat.
Hold on. Try again.
Yeah.
Delicious. They pick up quite a lot, didn't they?
Oh, I forgot to put me.
Your cum goggles.
Your cum goggles.
I was trying to just add to the effect of the.
Oh, I see. Maverick.
Yeah, the aircraft. I haven't got a face thing.
You're not got like a little pudding bowl you can put on your head as a helmet.
Oh yeah, I've got a colander.
There you go.
What the fuck is going on here? Right, let's log out of this shit because I feel dirty by even going on it.
Dirty boy.
Ugh. Well, at least it's not on my phone, eh? And I might as well get some supplies in.
Yeah, that's what I'm.
Is Ben back yet? God, people are like, click the link now and see this and go, well, they're not fucking doing anything. Well, we haven't started properly yet.
I can use as a mask.
A mask?
Mouthpiece. Well, a snorkel would be handy.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, if you've clicked on the stream and you're wondering what the fuck is going on, it's because we haven't started properly yet and we're fucking them out. Because that's what we do.
This is exclusive DVD extra footage.
All the exciting shit.
Remember not to swear, we're not after the watershed yet.
Behind the scenes. Yes, so no naughty words, just fluffs. Fluffing this and mother fluffers.
Just do it like
I look more like
place.
I should be in Star Wars.
Fork that shirt.
Mother fluffing shirt balls.
It's good, isn't it? I love that. I love a
That's
good
good.
place.
Well done. Are you going to keep that on for the whole night?
The goggles are steaming up already.
The goggles, they do nothing.
They do nothing.
Oh, I've left me drink over there.
So you haven't thought this through. That's why I'm not coming back in until I've gathered all my shit together.
Oh, I'll probably be up and down all night anyway. Lucky go.
Oh, I better set up Audacity as well so I can record us.
Yeah, because otherwise you'll just have to rip it off this, and that involves an edit, which is a nightmare. Right, okay. I brought the supplies from the trash compactor. Oh, there we go. Oh. Good evening. How you doing? If you're watching on YouTube or Facebook, here I am. The moment you've all been waiting for, I can tell, all week. Oh, sugar. What's up now?
Just realised I can't record with this setup.
Why?
Don't worry.
Because I've got the audio going to AirPods rather than my laptop.
Don't worry. Rip it off Audacity. That'll do, won't it? Rip the file off Audacity or whatever, or rip it off YouTube.
Yeah, I can YouTube rip it and then.
Because let's face it, it'll already be compressed enough just to go straight out in a small file.
Aren't you recording the Zoom thing anyway? So you'll already have the file locally.
Yeah, good point, Batman.
Oh, yeah. I could hit record on here. Yeah. All right, we'll do. I can try that way as well. If that doesn't work, then I'll rip it off YouTube.
Do you know what? That's why that happened. I didn't push him in. You can't touch your face, and I've been not pushing him far enough. Oh, he's gone. Or have I gone?
No, I can see you.
You were very still, Simo.
Sorry,
Has he gone? Is he there?
Looking at some options. Looking at the settings on here. I need to make myself some notes.
There's no notes to make, I don't think. Isn't it like, it's not like Top Gun. It looks like you're about to be in Cool Runnings, like you're about to do the tobogganing.
It's more Star Wars.
Red 5 standing by. Oh, it's Ben. Ben's back.
Fuck knows what happened. It seemed to be as soon as I double tapped the earpods and then I just disappeared. Does that cancel stuff?
Yeah. Are you using AirPods?
Laura's ones.
Okay, yeah. So basically there's different touch things. Are you using the pros or the standards?
No, they're standards. You can tell because they're longer.
You can tell
they're longer.
They look like replacement electric toothbrush heads.
Yeah.
I
don't know why I'm leaning into the laptop. I've got it on the bloody phone camera.
Yeah. Ham is asking, are we going live?
We are.
We are live.
What, we're live on the interwebs?
Yes.
On the
yeah.
I see in the corner.
Yes,
Ben,
it's live on YouTube.
If you want to do it now, I just shared the link from Wyatt's YouTube onto my Facebook and said, if you want to watch it live, we're about to go live.
Okay. Should the main beer club maybe post that as well, or?
Yeah.
Have you got the login for the?
I'll just share your post on beer club.
Yeah.
Oh, what am I doing? Stupid thing.
See, people have like switched on and gone, oh, what are they doing? No, they're just talking random shit. Yep, we are.
Sorting shizzle out.
It's not going to be any
God
different from
damn
what we're going
right.
to do for the next couple of hours anyway.
No, exactly. Are you going for a slash?
No, you'd be able to hear that if I was slashing.
Oh, okay.
I did that on the quiz last week and didn't realise.
He
with
went
these
for a
AirPods
wee
in.
and left his headphones in.
Brilliant.
It was amazing.
Could you hear?
I was just waiting for him to start confessing to murder, you know? That was good.
Oh dear.
I'm looking forward to the dating quiz tomorrow.
I like picture rounds.
I love picture rounds.
Good, because there's 20.
Guess the cock.
I
Barry,
can't believe
or a
I did
dildo.
get... Yeah, it's like porn or dynasty or something shit like that. I can't believe I didn't know until lunchtime that there was a bank holiday this weekend. I was like, yep, I've got all this work to do and I'll be doing some of that Monday and some of that Tuesday because I've only got a couple of days in it. And I was like, oh, good Lord, I've only got one day.
I didn't know till lunchtime yesterday that I'd booked the entire of next week off.
No,
I went to book it and then went, why is it saying I'm using 8 days for 4? And then went, oh, because I've overlapped and I've already booked it. Just like the Thunderbirds,
I'll go.
we are go.
Held together by string.
Ham's asked us to wait because he's having a shit, so we can't watch, but he can
No.
hear us on his TV. I hope you're having a nice shit, Ham.
It's because he's got a new toilet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't break
Brilliant.
it.
He's going to block it again.
Nice shit.
Right, well, when Ham's
So,
ready,
ladies
we'll
and
start.
gentlemen, boys and girls, if you're watching, what are you doing? What are you wearing? Where are you right now?
So there's a message board as well, isn't there? For YouTube.
There is, but I
How do we see it?
Seriously, you
You
go
have
to right, yeah. Simo, you explain it.
Yeah, it's a live chat, so it's at the
Hold on
side
then.
of the live video.
Okay.
On YouTube. I'm just
Yeah,
brightening
you've got to
myself
reduce
up.
the size of the thing down.
You what?
Reduce the size of the thing down.
Oh, sorry, I've got Microsoft Teams and
Oh, there it is. Yes.
Ring
It's,
Central on my brain. You need to hit like escape and then fiddle about with it.
There you go. It's working, so I can
see if anyone's written a comment. Nobody has. Oh, it's going to be you suck.
We've had a comment from Just Me Simon D saying, "Hey everyone." Isn't that nice?
Wyatt saying, "I can see it." Brilliant.
Excellent. So I'll reduce that down, and then I can have that on the screen at the same time. Look at that! I've got all the technologies going. I've got all the Twitters.
Next thing you know, it's going to be live on Twitch, mate.
We will be Twitch partners, and
I've been watching Animal Crossing Twitch videos for half the week.
There's lots of people playing this Animal Crossing.
Yes,
Seems to be very popular.
It's on Switch, huh?
it is.
Yeah.
But you can also get it for your iPhone.
You can also get it on the bloody Atari, whatever it was, when it first came out. Or was that Frogger? Was Animal
That's
Crossing?
Frogger, mate. You're thinking of Frogger. This Animal Crossing.
Yeah, it's not actual crossing a road. That's the Frogger.
Yeah. Crossing a road.
Crossy Road.
Are you thinking of Crossy Road?
No,
That's a great game. Right.
Okay. Hold on.
Are we ready then?
Yeah, 2 seconds.
I don't think so, but give it a go anyway.
This colander's getting pretty uncomfortable.
It looks good though.
I just realised that I'm watching the bloody YouTube and not the Zoom. Everyone's moving.
Yeah, that helps. You'll be like slightly behind. You'll be responding to everyone about 5 hours late.
I was like going
Okay.
and rocking my head, and I was like, I'm not moving on the screen.
Am I having a stroke?
The lockdown's getting to me.
I think I'm
Both
moving.
my hands are on the
I think I'm
table.
not.
No stroke. Both my hands are up here.
Not that kind of stroke.
Hey, lads.
Not a Dave Stroker kind of stroke.
Okay.
Dave Stroker.
Dave Stroker, Australian wanker.
Oh,
Why is my head suddenly started blipping out?
I don't know.
There we go.
Right.
I know.
So I'll hit record on the Zoom,
Yeah.
and then
Zoom.
if that don't work too well, I'll just rip it off YouTube.
Are you not recording on Audacity then?
No, because the
No.
way I've set everything up, I'm got the audio coming through here and not my laptop, so I didn't think of.
Oh,
bit.
man.
But we can pull the audio from Zoom recording anyway, so that's fine. Right.
Let's do this.
Okay. Hit record.
Now here it is.
So and
No,
I'll
it
put-
is. Worst moon dance stream ever.
Okay, so that's recording as well. Excellent. So warning, blah, 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 naughty language, blah, blah, spoilers, blah, blah, you have been warned. Cue the theme music. Cut and edit that in. Lovely. Hey there, boys and girls, and welcome to episode 54 of the Friday Night Beer Club. We are live on YouTube with probably just us watching it.
Ham listening whilst he takes a shit.
Yes.
Yep.
And that. So yeah, I've forgotten where I was going, but I might as well introduce who we are. So my name's Wyatt, as always. I'm always Wyatt. That never changes. I don't know why I say as always. But I've been joined by Chris.
Hello.
Joined by Ben.
You know, you say you don't know what you say as always, nearly every time.
Yeah.
And hello.
And the odd colander man in the Top Gun jet, if you're watching the video, is Simo. Hey, Simo.
Oh, hey.
Yeah, audio
I'm-
quality is great, Simo. I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's doing wonders for your voice.
I'm keeping safe.
It's got lots of holes
I'm
in
keeping
it.
safe.
Yeah, no, we heard you.
Yeah,
I
you-
thought you
we
said you
can
couldn't
hear
hear
you.
me.
there's holes,
Yeah, we
mate.
can hear you.
There's holes. Like the American lady who cut the hole in her face mask.
in her little face
it,
mask.
it makes it easier to breathe.
I'd say it's
So-
quite hot under there.
Yeah.
As usual, we are still in lockdown. We're still at home. We've not seen each other in the flesh for quite a while now. Last time we did, I didn't have this much fucking hair coming out the back of my head.
No.
How's everyone doing? I know I ask every time, but everyone doing all right?
Yeah,
apart,
well,
from
no.
the man
Go
with, apart from the man with a colander wrapped around his head. who's clearly
Oh,
lost
no,
it.
don't ask me. I've got a screwdriver here as well. But yeah, no, I'm great.
he's great
Excellent.
if he ever gets to play COD again.
Unlikely.
Never again.
COD has been the constant theme, I think, in my life for lockdown. And I think I must have put about 9 or 10 solid days playing into that now, I think, on the stats,
Easily.
something like that. Not ridiculous. There was supposed to be an event yesterday, wasn't there? And it turned out just to be that video announcing price. I was hoping for the dam to blow up, everything to kick off, but no, nothing.
What was the video?
Was that
It was just announcing that Price is probably going to be a part of the season 4.
Christ?
To make
No,
Jesus Christ.
like,
Jesus
like
Christ.
the surname of Katie.
Captain Price.
Captain Price.
Got ya.
But Jesus Christ would be good. I wouldn't mind a playable Jesus in COD.
Jesus Price superstar.
That's the
Well,
chat.
didn't they do like at the same time? Did they do that deliberately to try and work against another trailer being launched in another game?
Oh, I don't know.
I don't know.
So you know where the first show of a trailer we're going to talk about was launched yesterday.
Yeah.
So the first place you could watch the trailer for a certain Mr. Nolan's film was Fortnite.
Oh, right.
And you'd had to go to somewhere in Fortnite, and then suddenly it would appear on a screen.
Oh,
right.
I did not know that.
Yeah, so that's what I
Oh.
didn't know whether like COD were doing like an anti-measure going, well, look, if you come to our game, we're going to announce a different film. That is literally how new trailers are going to drop.
Right.
They're going to drop on online video
no.
games.
That,
I-
not for
That
me.
makes sense now. I saw a few people saying Fortnite Tenet stuff, but I didn't get the link. Yeah.
Yeah, what
Oh,
it was they did the world premiere of the trailer in Fortnite.
Yeah. For all the kids. Obviously a target audience.
Oh yeah,
Pretty
target
much.
audience for that film. Children, brilliant.
Has everyone watched the trailer?
I thought Fortnite was like a 15.
No,
No,
Isn't it?
it's
No.
3+.
Fortnite, like shooting people
Yeah.
with guns and grenades.
Yes, it's 3+.
yeah, but it's cartoony, isn't it?
Yeah, it's not like COD.
It's like
not
Tom and
like
Jerry.
Fortnite.
They
victory
fight.
winning
They
dance,
fight.
don't you?
They fight. They fight. They fight. Fight.
You
Mm.
you ride the Venga bus in, and
Well, we used to ride the Venga bus in back in the early days when we were the early adopters for the Fortnite.
we
We
we,
played
got
it before
pawned.
it was cool.
we basically trademarked bushing.
Then we got pawned by YouTubers and children, and we decided to leave.
Our team name
Yeah.
was that 70s bush.
I miss those
Um,
early days of Fortnite and just hiding in a bush for the whole match.
I think I was the only one that actually
we
played it
just
for
do
like
that
a
in
year.
COD now.
Yeah, COD's not that much different.
You either hide upstairs in a building or hide in a bush. And hope for the best.
Bushing, mate.
Um,
Bush is
so-
best.
so has everyone seen the Tenet trailer?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you think?
Very Nolan.
I think I preferred the teaser. I'm still well up for it and want to see it, but I think I preferred the teaser. It's no longer
Hmm.
Inception. It's now Inversion. What is
Yeah.
it?
Yes.
His names.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, it's going to be high concept sci-fi. There's going to be some decent action set pieces, good acting, good direction. It's going to look glorious on an IMAX screen. Definitely have to go see it at a cinema. Even if I've got to
Yeah.
go in and wearing a face mask, I'll go in and watch it because it needs to be seen on a big badass screen.
Well, I think they're waiting for Wonder Woman to confirm when it's going to come out, and then Tenet's going to announce, so it doesn't clash. But it's probably going to be like November time, I think. Could be a very busy month at the cinema. We'll have Bond, Tenet, and Wonder Woman all to go and see.
When
What-
when's
Sorry,
Top
there's
Gun coming out?
there's a crackling noise coming from somebody. I don't know whether somebody's headphones are scraping on beard or something, but
Is it me?
yes.
Yes.
Is it me? Flick. Yep, it's what? See, that's because you've got the old AirPods. They're no good, mate.
Sorry.
Yeah,
How's that? Is that all right? Is that,
Gone.
is
That's
that
better, yeah.
All right. They were digging into my my bushy
Oh.
beardness.
Sorry.
Apologies for the audio. What was I saying? Tenet. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I'm glad
They
they're
were
not going
talking
to do.
Wonder Woman, weren't they? You said.
Yeah, so I think they're waiting for Wonder Woman to announce, and then we'll find out when that's going to come out. And then, yeah, Maverick, I think, is next year. Everything else has been pushed to 2021 now, I think.
Mm.
So those are the only films that are going to be coming out this year, if they can find a way to get you into the cinema safely.
I thought Bond was still going to be this year.
Yeah, Bond,
Wow, why are they
Tenet,
going to
and
reopen
Wonder
cinemas
Woman
this year?
will all be November, I reckon,
Mm.
or across November, December. But they'll have to space out cinemas, won't they? You'll have to have it there, then you'll have 3 seats either side of you, and then the rows in front and behind you empty or something like that. So they'll probably have to get like a quarter of the cinema population into each screening, something like that.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll only be able to have like
Or
6
that,
people.
or you just sign a waiver and they fill it up.
Mm. But then I don't know. I guess you guys with cinema pass holders, have they communicated any information to you regarding your passes or how that's going to work or anything like that?
Yeah, they're just frozen mine, so they're not taking any
Oh,
money.
okay.
No,
so that's
but
fine.
mine was a year. So what they'll do, they froze it at the time that they all shut, and then it just becomes live again and lasts for however long I've got left on it once they reopen.
Yeah.
Although,
well, it's like
there is this thing. I don't know if we talked about it last time. The Universal stuff. It's
yeah.
probably happened after our last pod.
No, it happened. We talked about it on the last pod, I think.
Did we? I can't.
Yeah, we did. We
remember.
definitely did it. Well, it was 3 or 4 weeks ago, wasn't it?
But that's Cineworld and Odeon, but that's not going to happen. They'll sort something out. There's no way they're going to say, "Oh, we don't want James Bond and Jurassic Park movies."
They would
anymore.
not dare not have them.
No.
They're
Not at
James
all.
Bond, massive money spinner in the UK, and then bloody Jurassic World is one of the biggest takers ever, isn't it? So, yeah, there's no way they won't want to show those films at their cinemas. They're just posturing.
No. Has anyone watched anything recently then? Because I don't know if there's much new stuff about, apart from Netflix is pouring everything
I've
into
watched-
our eyes at the moment.
I've watched something new.
Ooh, go on then.
Like new, out new this month. May. We're still in May, aren't we?
Yeah.
An Amazon Prime
Ooh.
series called Upload.
All right.
I saw a trailer for this earlier. Looked a little bit like The Good Place. But with
I don't know what that is, but yeah, maybe. I don't know.
with Robbie Amell as the lead guy in it.
Okay. So what's the premise of it?
But I'll let you.
Yeah. So, essentially, it's kind of set in the future. I can't remember exactly what year, like 2035, something like that. And essentially, when you die, or before you die, I should say, you have the option to upload. And what they then do is they upload your mind into a cyber world, so that you then continue to live, or your mind continues to live in this cyber world, and the living, so to speak, can still communicate with you. But you live in this kind of computer generated world. And the main character, essentially, and this isn't a spoiler as such because it's in the trailer, he ends up going to hospital. He has a car accident and ends up going into hospital, and then his girlfriend says, you know, I'm going to upload you, don't worry, I'm going to pay for it all, because there's different levels of class and different quality of worlds that you can go into. And so he then uploads and then lives in this kind of computer generated world, and each person has their own, how can I put it, kind of mentor, I guess, that looks after them. And it's quite interesting, really. It's kind of, at times it's a bit thought provoking, at other times it's just comedy. But yeah, no, I quite enjoyed it. I think it was 8 episodes. I think they're about 50
just
minutes long.
half hour. Oh, 50.
Is it
I
like the Black Mirror episode to an extent?
Yeah, so the one where they get like all the Facebook likes and stuff like that, and everything's kind of a bit of a popularity contest.
That was one of their
There's
best
similar things to that, where, for example, people, you give something a rating. So when real people help you, like your mentor, the people in the computer generated world then can give them a rating, like 5 stars or 4 stars, and then that affects like their job position and stuff like that. It was quite well done. I really enjoyed it. I wanted to, like, the first episode kind of sucked me into wanting to watch more. It's certainly not for everyone, and it's certainly not like the best TV show you're ever going to watch, but it's certainly fairly easy going and fairly enjoyable to
because the clip I saw was him having an argument with a little kid, and the kid was saying, like, I don't want to be here, I fell into the Grand Canyon and died, and he was like, but you dabbed on the way down, and he went, yeah, but that's how you get the likes.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so there's a lot of kind of current culture, how everything is videoed for for internet likes and love, and not love, but influencing and all that sort of stuff. So yeah, and then there's some funny bits like that same kid. you know, he died when he was like 11, but he's been there like 20 years
Yeah.
in the,
Still a
in the
kid.
up. Sorry?
Still a kid.
Yeah, he's still a kid because you don't change. So however, whatever you are when you die, like in terms of an age, the people that pay for your upload, they provide an avatar picture in the same way you like put a profile picture on Facebook. And then your mentor, I can't remember what they call it now, but yeah, your mentor essentially creates your computer generated image from that photo. And then they can obviously tweak it as much as they kind of want to. So if they don't particularly like you or they're an arsehole to you, then they can just go, oh yeah, let's fuck him up, make him really fat. So yeah, there's some funny bits like that. And yeah, the fact that this kid is basically really horny because he's actually kind of like 30, but he's not getting any action because he died when he was 11, and there's like obviously like kind of fit women there. And he's like, you know, like, oh yeah, I can't wait to suck on your titties. And also there's stuff like that, which is kind of quite funny because it's coming from what seems to be a, you know, a pubescent kid. But then there's also like the kind of harsh reality of it in that he's trying to communicate with his best friend, who is now obviously married and got kids and gone away.
Yeah.
So then there's that kind of sad side to it because, you know, his friend, you know, life continued for him, whereas the guy that was in the virtual space, you know, he was just still an 11-year-old kid, never really properly grown up. So yeah, you know, the only thing he had to hold on to was like his original memories, because that's what you die. Obviously, you're not really creating new memories as such. Your persona is all based off your old memories. But yeah, then there's like a bit of a dark bit to it. I say dark, sorry. There's kind of like an undercurrent of, okay, he died in a car crash. Was it suspicious? And then there's other bits of the story which then start coming out. So everything that I've just said there is pretty much in the first episode. So I don't think I've spoiled anything if anyone's going to go and watch it. So
excellent.
It was on my list of things to do. I think it was actually the other week when I think I went on to Amazon Prime with the intention of watching it, and then suddenly realised Barbarella was on there, and 1968 Jane Fonda distracted me, unfortunately.
Yeah, I was a bit unsure to begin with. When I saw the trailer, I was like, oh, I don't know, it could be the sort of thing that I like, being kind of computery and geeky and stuff. And yeah, you know, so for once, I actually watched something that was newly released rather than, you know, 36 years old. Like Game of Thrones. So.
Well done. And you beat us all to it as well.
And you beat us to it as well.
Yeah.
Well done,
and it wasn't Love Island.
Yeah. I finished Money Heist.
Yeah,
so
was it worth it?
I've got to wait for season 5. I think last time I said I didn't know if it's any good or not.
Yeah.
And I've come to the conclusion that it's absolutely bonkers. And I don't get why it's a huge smash hit all over the world, but at the same time I do. But there was one episode at the end of season 3, I think it was, something happened, and then I was like, right, I'm in, you've done something I like. And I think watch the first episode. If that doesn't pull you in,
watch the next 2 seasons and see if you finally like it.
Do what I did and just keep coming and ahhing over it. I can't describe it. It goes from a serious moment to then like a Hans Zimmer score soundtrack over the top, trying to tug on your heartstrings, to the next scene is a couple of girls dancing around to some Euro techno beat. And then it goes to like
Euro
90s
techno beat. You're so hip.
And then it goes to like a 90s action scene where it's like Dust Brothers soundtrack, and like the start of Matrix when it's spinning around the telephone. It's got that kind of breakbeat music. It's just all over the shop, but it's brilliantly batshit and stupid. But you know, everyone's got plenty of time on their hands, so if you do run out of things to watch, give the first episode a go. We've done it with the dubbing because we've been watching it with dinner, so you can't really eat and look at the screen at the same time. But It might be a bit different if you watch with the subtitles, because the dubbing always takes you out of their performances a little bit. But hey,
Yeah.
So yeah, that's all I've pretty much watched. I think I started watching the Undertaker documentary, The Last Ride.
It's good, isn't
that's
it?
really good.
It's good.
Yeah, I really like
It's
that.
good. It's really good. So basically, just to fill in everybody quickly on what the fuck this is, it's called The Last Ride, and it is basically, it is very much like The Last Dance, but about the Undertaker, isn't it? And I think they thought he was going to retire, so they were just filming him for like 3 months, and then it turned into 3 years, and it's literally fly on the wall with him for 3 years as he just gets older and more broken. But he's got one of these, I can't go out with that bit as shit as that was, isn't it really? But anyway, there's only 2 deep. We're only 2 in, and there's like 3 more. I think there's 3 more, so they're every Sunday. I've actually watched an entire show, which I finished last night. I watched the Netflix show Hollywood, which is the show made by the La La Land lot, and like I love La La Land, so I was definitely going to go into it. It's basically a 7-part show. Each episode's about 45 minutes long, set during post-World War II in Hollywood studio system. And without really going into too much depth and detail, it is the story about a lot of different characters from different places and, you know, different orientations and stuff like that, collating together or working together on a movie. At the same time, you've got, like, because of what with if you know too much about the Hollywood studio system of the 1940s and 50s, as Hollywood was kind of like shifting out of as it was, you've got like the super agents and things like that. So like the main bad guy of the piece is played by Sheldon from Big Bang Theory. And I think it's probably, imagine him as he is on steroids times 1,000.
Imagine who on steroids?
Imagine the real actor.
All right, yeah.
The persona on steroids times 1,000, and you'd be pretty much there with that character.
Okay.
It was swimming all the way through, I think, to the last episode, and then the last episode. Well, I don't want to say anything, but it definitely went down a slightly different route than I anticipated. But I would say if you like La La Land and you like that imagery and you like that kind of, you know, glamorous side of Hollywood from the 1940s, and there's like loads of old like famous actors turn up allegedly from different, you know, different character stuff. It's definitely well worth a watch, and it's, you know, because the episodes are so short, well, not short, super short, but 45 minutes a piece, that it's an easy watch. It just blasts through.
Yeah, no,
and I would say,
I think that's next on my list to do. I want to watch.
Yeah, because they're
Simo, you mentioned you finished. Oh, sorry, go on.
I was just saying, yeah, I think we're going to do it same because Laura started watching that White Lines.
I
saw the trailer and I said I don't think that's for me, but so I think Hollywood.
A murder mystery in it.
Yeah.
Simo, you finally finished Afterlife, though, didn't you, mate?
Yeah, I finished the second series, and
how'd you feel in the end?
Oh, I don't know, just made me feel so miserable. Like,
that's why I'm avoiding watching it.
I've not started it yet. I don't know why.
The first season, I was I enjoyed the first season, and it had like the sad moments, but I felt it also had a lot of funny moments as well.
Is Chris's camera froze, or is he just chugging that beer?
His camera's frozen.
He's frozen, yeah.
I thought he was just constantly pouring a drink down his throat.
So damn thirsty.
Sorry,
is he completely gone, or is he?
He's coming back.
Oh, there he is. No,
there he is.
Hi. Sorry, it all went a bit.
Carry on, Simo.
No, yeah. So, the first series, I felt that I thought it was really good. I thought it was really well done. And Chris has just gone again.
Yeah.
No, that's all right. I'm still here.
Okay, sorry. But I felt at the end of it, I was kind of like, oh, okay, it's kind of finished on a happier note. With this one, I don't know. I didn't find it as funny in the kind of funny places. And yeah, and just overall, by the end of it, like every episode, I felt I was coming out of it feeling more miserable than I did when I went into it. And yeah, so by the end of it, I was kind of like, well, okay, I don't think I enjoyed it as much. I certainly didn't enjoy it as much as the first season.
No.
Maybe I just wasn't in the right frame of mind, given obviously everything else that's going on at the moment. Maybe it was just kind of the wrong time to be watching it. But yeah, I don't know. It's kind of they've said, or he said, there's going to be a season 3. I'm not really sure where they're going to go.
Things. I thought he did 2 seasons and done sort of stuff with all of his shows.
I think this has turned out to be the most popular show he's ever done in terms of like numbers, figures, blah 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 blah, and it's been so well received in terms of some of the concepts of it. I go with where Simo says that, you know, the story of season 1 is that you turn your life around, and then season 2 is more about you do turn your life around, but that doesn't stop you from, you know, having moments, I think. And I always thought about it that there are such highs and lows. It's such a juxtaposition of the most fucking awful themes with funny as fuck comedy that you kind of, you can literally go within the space of 30 seconds from feeling abject pain and, you know, whatever, to like crying with laughter. And I think he's found that's his kind of, you know, it's a tragic comedy. It's kind of what he does best. He likes to kind of invest really crude humor and situations with real tragic circumstance. But yeah, I definitely get where Simo's coming from it. I mean, that final, you know, the final 30 seconds of the second season is just like, oh my fucking God. But anyway, I won't say anything because there's people who haven't watched it yet. But I would definitely say, you know, if you like the first one, definitely give it a spin.
Yeah, I'm waiting until we're all in a bit of a cheerier place before I dive into melancholy afterlife.
On a slightly, sorry, I know I feel like I'm stealing all the limelight here, but it makes a change for me to actually watch the telly. So another series that we kind of binged, you know, over the course of a week, was Stranger, which one of you said that you watched last time, I think, on the last pod.
I watched Safe, and Laura watched Stranger, and then I interrupted her on the last episode of Stranger, I think. Yeah. And did you watch the whole thing then?
Yeah, I've watched the whole thing. Yeah, I thought
so
we really liked it.
I walked in at the bit of the last episode in the woods, and said, "Oh, this is happening," and spoiled the ending. But yeah, I won't. The others haven't seen it.
Well, so you spoiled the ending without seeing any of it.
Yeah,
that's impressive.
It's because
I mean, I've got to be honest.
Crap.
I, you know, with that sort of thing, I wasn't sure exactly where it was going to go. But I felt that with the episode, I think that was 8 episodes, or was that 10? I'm not sure. But I didn't feel. I felt that a lot easier to watch than. What's that bloody superhero thing that we watched? The Blue Man.
Watchmen.
Yeah.
Like that, fucking hell, was bloody hard work to get to episode 8 or whatever it was, when stuff actually started to piece together. With something like this, or maybe it's just, you know, because more invested in, like, you know, like murders and stuff. That I just found it easier to kind of get into it, kind of grip me in from the first episode. And every night was like, right, okay, let's get it on, let's get the hour done, because we, you know, every day it was kind of like we wanted to get back to it to see what happened next. So
Harlan Coben's
good path
good
at the end.
storyteller.
Sorry, say again, Ben?
The writer who wrote it, Harlan Coben, he's a very good storyteller. I've read a lot of his books, and they're very well crafted, and he writes people pretty well. He makes some really well-rounded characters. But yeah, I've not watched Stranger, but then whilst I liked Safe, I didn't love it just because I found it predictable.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, for me, Stranger is something that I'd recommend if you like kind of a bit of like mystery, suspenseful kind of who done it sort of thing, or not necessarily who done it, but what happened and who was involved. Then I'd definitely recommend it. Yeah, I didn't find it particularly predictable. Like there was one particular character that I kind of predicted quite early on, but apart from that, how the events unfolded, I found was quite good. But then maybe people are more into all these kind of these type of dramas. Maybe they've seen it all before. So
when we last met up, had Westworld finished? I can't remember.
Yeah.
No, I thought there was one episode left or something.
Yeah, nearly.
Yeah, finished, that was a bit of a letdown.
Yeah.
Yeah. He was
I've still not gone into 3. I might not.
I'd definitely watch it just for that episode I told you about. I reckon
you said was epic. Yeah.
Yeah, I'd watch it for that. Did Better Call Saul finish also the last time we were here?
No,
I don't believe so.
No, I don't think so.
No Better Call Saul. Cool. I'll stick my neck on the line. Everyone gives me shit for it. I don't care. Better Call Saul is as good as Breaking Bad, possibly better, and I live by that. Assuming it was fantastic. If you haven't caught up with it, catch up with it, because everything that happens and the way they've done the story, it just works so well. And where Breaking Bad was very stop and start.
Yeah.
Whereas Better Call Saul took a while to get going, but once it does get going and we get so close and you think, oh, we're almost here. I'm just waiting for Walter White to walk in now. And he doesn't. And the story twists and turns again. And it's just so good. It's more about, it's changed from being a story about at the start, which was about Saul and his brother, to the story of the cartel.
Okay, cool. Because I'm in season 2 of it now, and it's still very heavy on Saul and his brother. And
that's
Kim.
the end of this season, and then it just goes full on. It turns into basically Mike and the cartel with Saul kind of tripping along.
For me, so far, the episodes that have focused on Mike have been the better episodes.
Yeah, that's exactly.
Mike are fantastic.
And that is exactly what I thought when I watched it. Like when it first started, I was like, I'm just watching it because it's a spin-off. And then the Mike episodes happened in like season 1 and season 2. And I was like, this is fucking brilliant. And then it just basically just goes full into, well, let's just say there's a chicken shop and someone turns up and you're just like, oh my God, in season 3. And you're off to the races.
But yeah, no, it's a very well made show, and you're watching it, and all of a sudden there'll be a certain shot, and you'll be like, "There's a Vince Gilligan shot," and things like that. That you just see it. That's straight out of Breaking Bad, and
it's really interesting with it that, and I don't think I'm alone with this. That people that like the show, that everyone the character that everyone is the most invested in isn't in Breaking Bad.
Oh, what, Kim?
Yeah, Kim Wexler. And you're like, what the fuck? And now you're like, literally, as we've got like, there is one season left. That's it. And you're like, I don't. Please don't.
You're like, Kim, please leave, Kim, please.
Just go. I don't think I can take it. But no. She's so good, and I think that when award seasons or anything happen like that, she should fucking win every award for her portrayal of that character, because she is A1, especially in the later seasons where she's just so good.
Yeah, cool.
Excellent.
The only thing I've finished watching is The Last Dance. I watched the final couple of episodes of that this week, actually.
Yeah, I've got the final couple to do.
I know we've mentioned it a few times, but it's one of the best documentaries I've ever watched.
Yeah. It's worth mentioning. That's why it's fucking brilliant.
Yeah,
I think the tell that something like that is good, the same as Undertaker, is that you don't need to be a fan of basketball or wrestling to enjoy either of those documentaries. I think if they present good subject matter and craft a good story, doesn't really matter if you weren't into. You don't have to know much about the Chicago Bulls or basketball to. It's not really about that. It's about the characters, the people. And the same with Undertaker. It's about a man whose brain won't let him stop, but his body is fucked. And he won't, you know, he'll do anything to get through. But yeah, I've got a couple more episodes of Last Dance to do, which I'm very much looking forward to.
Chris is
Yeah.
you're right.
That's why I was just checking. I was like, he hasn't blinked for ages.
He is just giving you puppy dog eyes. And he's gone. And he's back.
No, you all
back.
sounded like Lou Ferrigno again.
Hello,
Like,
my
basically,
name is
you
Lou
won't know
Ferrigno.
that you all go.
Are you in your bedroom?
Yeah.
See, so you get really bad Wi-Fi in your bedroom.
No, normally it's fine. And there's no small child here, so I don't understand what it is. It's just the acoustics are better in here rather than the living room.
Yeah,
Yeah,
lots more soft furnishings.
Mm.
Yeah, it's the
Yeah,
hyperdrive, mate.
I was just talking about how you don't need to be a fan of basketball or whatever for these type of documentaries. I watched. I actually ended up watching an episode with Layla. So bear in mind she's 7. She was absolutely fascinated.
Yeah.
Like just watching some of the actual highlights of the games when like they're in the playoffs or whatever I can't remember what they call them.
Yeah, it's the playoffs.
She was just like, completely like taken away by just how incredible those players are.
My
daughter's taken from it that I said she's allowed new trainers, and she was like, "What trainers do you want?"
Jordan 1s, please.
Nike Air Jordans, and I was like, "Thank you, I'm doing something right."
But yeah, I'm speaking to Grout during the week, and he had the same conversation with his daughters, and they couldn't believe. And he just pulled up some YouTube clips because they asked if he could fly, and then he showed them like him doing the jump and the dunk, and they're just like, "No, he can't. No, people can't do that. That's not real." And they're just amazed by it.
I mean, there is some amazing basketball talent out there. There's some brilliant players today, but no one is a patch or holds a candle to Michael Jordan.
No one
was just on another plane, and he's just amazing. The drive that man had. I mean, I was a massive, massive fan of basketball during the time that this was all happening, and I cannot remember for the life of me all the stuff happening with his dad. And God, that hit so hard, didn't it? And for him to carry on the way he did and everything and all of that, it makes a lot of what he did understandable with the baseball, like leaving it all behind and everything. At the time, you're like, "What are you doing? Why are you leaving basketball? You're the best player in the world." And it makes a lot of sense.
He's the equivalent of like.
Oh, sorry.
Before him, over here, apart from like big fans of people that like basketball, like the mainstream audience really only knew of the Harlem Globetrotters.
Yeah.
Oh, you could say probably Kareem. I'm going to pronounce it incorrectly here, aren't I?
Abdul-Jabbar, but you only knew him from Airplane.
Yeah, but
I knew him from Game of Death.
Aside from that, it wasn't until Michael Jordan, and he made it a worldwide brand of Chicago Bulls. Same as like David Beckham taking soccer ball over to America and making it huge. The guy was
apparently
just
Scottie Pippen, isn't it? Apparently Scottie Pippen is very, very angry that he was lulled into doing that documentary now.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because
he's very angry about it. Like he said that they cut so much stuff out and it just makes him look like a complete schmuck.
No, I don't think it made it look that bad. The guy got stiffed on his contract big time, and there were moments where he refused to play and stuff like that. I don't think that made him look that much like a schmuck. I think it made him look like exactly what he was. He's a decent, really decent player. who his game was elevated and he complemented Jordan so well that as a partnership, they were just unstoppable. It was ridiculous. You know, you think on the year that Jordan left and the Bulls were able to carry on that momentum for a while, but without him, that spark wasn't there. As soon as he's back, immediately they're winning games again. It was just ridiculous. They just seemed to click together. It was so good.
I think it's a very good sports documentary, and I think that's the point. Sometimes you need a really good story to kind of keep things, you know, hurtling along, and everyone loves stuff like that.
Yeah, I mean, I still cannot believe they've had that footage for, what, 30 years? Or 25, 30 years, and done nothing with it until now. It's brilliant.
Well, this is, you know, obviously they had it lined up before lockdown, but now this is the perfect captive audience now to be making everything, which leads me on to my next pant-jizzingly brilliant announcement. If people haven't heard, but everyone must have heard, that thanks to lockdown,
here we go.
thanks to the lack of movies that are being coming out, thanks to the lack of everything that's shut down. So, you know, there's no EastEnders. There's going to be a month with no EastEnders. So what do? Zack Snyder will have your Snyder Cut version of the Justice League, please. It's coming. It's happening. Here's $30 million. Finish off the visual effects, and then we'll slap it on HBO. HBO, oh, suck them off now. I'm so happy.
Oh, suck your dick.
Oh, suck your dick.
So the guy from the Fire Festival. I'm willing to go up there and give him a blowjob.
HBO Max have 10,000 litres of water, and Wyatt is going to go suck them off to get it.
HBO Max have literally just rocked up, dropped trowel, and gone, suck it.
Wyatt is now making like a circus seal.
Do you generally think it'll be any better though?
Huh?
I don't know if it'll be any
have no
better.
clue, but the fact that I get to see it, amazing.
I think that all of the talk and the rumours, it's just something you need to see. He, you know, whether you like his movies or not, it was an unfortunate turn of events with his daughter committing suicide for him to have to hang up his dreams and his vision and, you know, deal with real life. And now, thanks to the power of, you know, the release the Snyder Cut movement, someone said, okay, we'll give you $30 million, finish it off, and we'll slap it on. From what I understand, he's pretty much got everything he wanted to shoot. So he's doing some updates, doing some voiceovers, and slapping it together. So will it be any better?
New VFX and
voiceovers.
New voiceover footage.
No moustache. No moustache. No moustache.
That was all
reshoots. So everything he'd done with Cavill was in the bank. He'd done it all. So that includes the black Superman suit. All the dodgy CGI stuff was Whedon, the moustache and things like that. So it's going to be completely
a lot of the backstory of Cyborg and Flash and stuff like that. Loads of stuff we saw in the trailers that suddenly just disappeared and was never there.
Yeah, it's going to be a darker movie because it's going to be Batman's nightmare of Darkseid.
Oh, so we're going to get the references to Darkseid in it as well, aren't we?
Yeah, we're going to get all of that jazz. So,
oh my God.
And it's not going to be what we were expecting if there was going to be any form of version of it, that it was going to be, you know, like the Richard Donner cut of Superman where you get the B-roll footage or the dodgy glasses and those sort of scenes. It's not going to be that. It's all going to be finished work. So, I don't know if it'll be any better, but I just want to see it. Just want to see, you know, it will fit better with BVS and Man of Steel, hopefully. Justice League didn't fit with those movies. But yeah, so I've only got to stay alive till 2021 now to see that. So
fingers crossed, fingers crossed.
Hopefully no one coughs in my face and gives me the Rona. Actually, that's 2 movies I need to stay alive for, that and The Matrix 4. So
Has anyone
that's what I need
has
to
anyone
stay
been
late
watching? Has anyone? I don't know if you have. Have you got D plus or not? Has anyone been watching the Mandalorian making of show?
Oh,
I have
gallery
indeed.
thing.
The
It's
gallery.
really good. It's just the fact of how they make films now, just from a filmmaking perspective of how special effects have progressed, and with these, like I'm sat in front of a virtual background, but how they've implemented that into like a full 3D thing, just blows
Very
my
cool.
mind. Like when you're
I
watching
think-
that show and you think, oh, they're on location in the desert, and they're not. They're on a soundstage, and it's a full immersive like CGI background thing. It's fucking mental.
It is amazing.
That
And how they
show-
get the depth and the perspective from those images. So when they're on the set, it looks like it's 3D, but it's not. It's just on a fucking screen in a dome.
Yeah, it's a dome, isn't it? Yeah, it's fucking brilliant.
That
amazing.
show would be a lot better if it was just scrap everyone else and just have Dave Filoni sit there and tell stories. Because
Dave
talks-
Filoni. I told you. I keep.
he's brilliant. It's the first
Dave
episode.
Filoni is.
The first episode is just backslapping. Everyone just saying, "Oh, how brilliant you are! How brilliant they are!" This and that, and then Dave Filoni just walks in and goes, "Well, I'm a piece of shit." And I turn up to Lucas's house, and then he tells me to do this, and I don't believe him. Then he wants me to do it, and his story just goes on for like 20 minutes, and I could just listen to him talk for ages. He's the best part of the whole gallery thing.
They've apparently, haven't they? They've cast. Is it Timmy Oliphant? Or that's been revealed, isn't it?
As
For season 2. Apparently, they said that he's the sheriff, or like a
Right.
sheriff, but the sheriff has a certain Mandalorian's armor,
all right.
Oh,
but
well,
it's
isn't
not.
Tamira Morrison playing Boba Fett?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
why?
Yeah,
Wow.
so there'll be. I don't know. I mean, I can there's no point in speculating. We know nothing about it. All they've said is that it's all 100% in the can. They filmed it all. They're just finishing the effects off now. It will be out as per normal in October.
Yeah.
And I, for one, that is worth my subscription fee to D+. Thank you very much.
Oh yeah, no, absolutely. It's going to be good. I really hope they don't start bringing more and more characters in from the Skywalker saga. I'd rather they be doing new stories and slow stuff has been done to death, and they need to start moving away from it. The majority of season 1, was well away. It's based in that universe. There are things that are recognizable, but it was his own story, and they don't need to be visiting these other characters and like, oh, here we go, is a nod to this person.
Yeah, I don't mind if they bring in like characters that had like
Ahsoka.
5 minutes on screen or something like that. In like if Silicious Crumb turns up for a scrap with Baby Yoda, I'm up for that.
He's dead, mate. He sail barge.
Yeah, true. Yeah. Well, maybe he survived. Well, Boba Fett survived, so he picked up Silicious Crumb, and now it's Boba and Silicious on the. Oh, you've frozen again, in a very flattering pose.
Yeah,
It's a lovely pose.
pretty boy.
So that's it. That's TV and movies, I think. Yeah,
Oh,
I don't think
There
I've
was
watched
something
anything
else I started watching,
Oh,
Yeah.
bloody hell, you've been on it.
but I haven't finished it, unfortunately. It was Gascoigne. I think it's just called Gascoigne, or maybe it's Paul Gascoigne, but it's on Netflix.
It's about
Oh,
Paul.
yeah. Yeah,
I
I've
don't
seen
think
that.
I don't think it's new.
No.
It came up, I think, as a result, or as a recommended as a result of watching The Last Dance. Now, given my young age, I was just a wee
both
boy
of
when
us.
he was kind of in his prime, and whilst I knew who Gazza was. I knew he was a good footballer. He was one of the England favourites and everything. I never really appreciated how good he was.
Wasted talent though, wasn't he? With the way he lived his life and
Yeah.
Well, do you know what? I think if I like put with Gazza, I think his absolute peak was the year after the Italian 90, And then he obviously, as much as it pains me to say it, he had that game against us at Wembley in the semi-final.
Yeah.
And that was when he was literally, you couldn't get any higher than he was.
Yeah.
And then he got too overzealous, fucked his leg in the final. And that's basically, well, it's not it, because obviously he was still quite, he's still exceptionally talented and he had some great moments afterwards. But I think if he never broke his leg or whatever he'd done that game, I think he probably would have surpassed far higher than he ever would have done.
Yeah, oh yeah, yeah.
I agree. So. But yeah, no, it was good. I haven't finished it. I've basically got to the point where he's just moved to Lazio. And he's fighting to get through the airport after he's arrived there, because it's absolute bedlam. But yeah, no, if you're obviously interested in that sort of thing, it's worth a watch. I'd say it's that's probably more of a football fan focused one than a anybody can watch type documentary. But yeah, no, it's good. Yeah, it's quite eye opening for me. I never really the kind of moments really that I remember is Euro 96.
Yeah,
to be honest. Yeah, so it's kind of and being at Rangers, being the kind of cheeky chubby one at Rangers, with Valley McCoist and that. That's kind of
Bronkhurst.
that's kind of my memories of Gaza. But as I say, that's just because of my age sort of thing. But yeah, sorry, that was just another thing that just come into my mind that I'd watched.
It's sad the way how downhill he went through the drink and everything. You look at him now; he's like a shell of a man, isn't he?
Yeah,
you would never have thought he'd have been turning up to the Raoul Moat standoff with a carrier bag full of beers.
Bag of beer.
Yeah.
Amazing.
And do you know what? That is like, when you think about it, that is over. Jesus Christ, my daughter was, I think she'd only just been born when that happened. So how long ago is that? 10 years?
That's crazy.
10
just
years ago.
Breaking news, Raoul Moat, and then hold on, breaking news. Gaz has just turned up with a spa bag for Foster's
and
Yeah,
some
it's 2010.
KFC.
yeah.
And some KFC.
Yeah.
Oh, talking about
Who's gonna
KFC,
fix it?
they're back, aren't they? Eh?
Right. Before while you're doing that, I'm just going to mute my microphone so I can go to the toilet.
Okay.
So I don't have the debacle that we had in the quiz night last week.
Toilet
Where I
gate.
have my naked gun moment.
I will tell you though, Wyatt, it sounded like a healthy flow.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you very much.
Healthy.
Right, I'll let you guys.
No
talk
worries about your
KFC.
prostate right now.
Oh,
Right.
Is this the bit where we get it? Are we like having a rant now? Is this the bit? I don't know. You tell me. Are we ranting now or not?
Are we ranting? Do you want to rant?
I don't know. It's like we obviously, the beer club listeners aren't privy to our group chat and different rants about certain things and in lockdown and situations. How do you feel about KFC coming back? And were you desperate for KFC to come back and all of that?
The fact that they were shut, so what? The fact that there's people queuing up roads for miles just to get a McDonald's or a KFC is mental. I mean, mental.
I find it hilarious.
How can you want some greasy food that much? It's crazy.
It's people driving all over the fucking shop to get a Costa. You are driving that far to get a coffee, and it's not even that as good as you think it is. It's not even a good coffee. What are you doing? But we can all judge, mate. Each and everyone to their own. If your passion is a Costa, if your passion is a KFC or a McDonald's, good for you. I think you're fucking idiots.
Queued up at midnight to get the release of a Prodigy album from Our Price, or
yeah, exactly. I mean, look, we go to midnight to see films at the cinema because we're so desperate to see them. But I guess the difference is if someone told me that, I don't know, Star Wars Episode 10 is coming out at midnight in the middle of a fucking pandemic, and you could risk any potential shit from your health from going to see it, what would you do? I'd be like, it's all right. I'll wait. I think.
Yeah, I'll wait. Thanks. So, oh no, yeah, it's coming out, but you have to sit in a traffic jam for 2 hours waiting to go get it.
I'm not really bothered about wanky coffee or shit food. I mean, you know, at the same time, don't get me wrong. You know, some fast food outlets have remained open. And actually, their delivery methods. So, like, if anyone's had a pizza from Domino's or something like that,
any of the
it's been
takeaways
all right.
I've had, I think they've been brilliant. Really, really
You know,
good.
The way they've delivered them, the safeguarding stuff. You can put like messages. They ask you if you want to put messages and things on them, and like in your delivery or any specific things instructions. I just go, it's all right. Just knock on the door, mate. I'll be there in 5 seconds. I'm hungry.
Yeah.
That's what I wrote on my last one. I said, don't worry, when you knock, I'll be there in 5 seconds. So I'll wait. I'll count to 5 after you've knocked at the door, and then I'll open it.
Fantastic.
And then they were like, are you all right? And I was like, yeah, fine. I was just really hungry. Thank you. Yes, Miss Person. Really.
Give me the food.
I know. It's a bit like, well, the thing is, like, you know, I've been moaning a lot about missing my ramen, and Marks and Spencer's is actually open and you can get the ramen from there. The problem is that even in the best of times, they didn't always have it in there. And I get really pissed off. Like, I went all the way up there and made the hassle of going there to buy ramen and then couldn't buy it. That's not to say that they'd probably have to put a limit. They'd have to put a limit on the amount of ramen that I would buy if I was in there, because I'd probably take the whole fucking stack.
You just fill your freezer full of ramen. And
No,
here is
it's
my
like
ramen freezer.
it's 300 calories per portion. It's like a perfect dinner. Get on your bike, do a bit of that, eat some ramen. Fucking happy days, mate. Anyway,
ramen on your bike.
I love honestly. I love ramen. I'll tell you what. When lockdown's over and they open Wagamama's, I'm gonna go there and just fucking like be like a pig in a trough. Or motorboating bowls of ramen.
The whole fucking KFC, McDonald's debacle that you're talking about. If you drove up to the drive-through and saw 500 cars in front of you, you'd just turn around, wouldn't you? You wouldn't fucking just go, oh no, I'll queue up. People that have been posting on Facebook, been waiting so long for this. I'm not going to mention any names, and there's no chance they're watching this.
So mention them.
But we live in a town called Colchester. 20 minutes down the road, you've got Ipswich. There's people driving to Ipswich for a quarter pounder fries and then complain because the milkshakes run out.
Oh my
God. Just fuck off.
You see, apart from posting on Facebook that we're doing this on Facebook, I've actually got rid of Facebook off most of my things. I had to log in on a laptop to share this, that we're doing this, because
there are a lot of precious or just so reactionary people on there at the moment. I think it's true. I got an angry face on a comment I put. Lad Bible tried to do this post about people on a beach taking pictures, and it was all with at the diagonal angle, so that everyone looks like they're on top of each other. But when the beach, one of the pictures they had, the beach curved round, and as it curved round, you could see the gaps between the people on that further bit. So I just put, well, it looks like they're pretty spaced out to me. I got people posting angry emojis and stuff like that on me because I'd said, to me, it looks like it's a bit spaced out. I'm sorry, if you're not looking at the picture properly and you're getting angry because somebody's commenting that, then you're a little bit precious, aren't you, you fucker?
Did anyone watch Charlie Brooker's antiviral wipe when it was on?
No, I've still got to watch it. Do not spoil it.
He's when he said, my new hobby is looking at people on the internet when they're outside and shouting at them, and I'm wagging my Fitbit is telling me I'm getting so angry about this, and wagging my finger that I've lost 100 calories.
That's all that Facebook is, though. It feels like a comedy skit where someone opens a door and it's lots of shouting at each other and just close the door again quickly. It just Facebook. It just seems to be.
That's all it is.
Just, I don't mind opinions, whether you're right or wrong. I couldn't give a shit. It's just attacking people. I can't. I just get.
I think my general point is, and I think my point of it was, and it was like a come to Jesus moment. I don't help myself. I know that, but I just got to the point of thinking, this is actually getting me down. That every day I look at this and it's making me feel angry about something or annoyed about something. And actually, if I didn't open that, I wouldn't feel that way, and actually I'd feel a bit better. So I just made a conscious effort of just deleting it off my phone. And I know that I've joked about this before and said, you know, I've done a week and let's do that and come back. Or actually, well, I've actually done a full year, but this time I just went, no, I'm not leaving. I'm just taking it away. I'm just taking it from my general.
Take the easy access away, don't you? Just so that you'll go on there when you need to, but most of the time you don't have to go on it. And you know,
It's a habit,
yeah,
isn't it?
and yeah, it's like a habit. It's like everything. But I think that the fact that I've got rid of that and it's been 2 weeks, or since that Boris thing, which I didn't help myself, but I was a bit tired and emotional anyway. So hey ho, that it's good to take yourself away from it and just kind of reset. And I don't like. It is good to keep in touch with people. That's the whole point here. I mean, fuck, why are we doing this? Why are people watching it? You know, people are nosy and whatever, or they don't really care or whatever. But I just think that it's good to have these things to keep connected to an extent. But I think we've become, especially our generation, I think more so, that we had this social networking begin when we were in our 20s. I know we've gone into the Facebook social network in our 20s, and it's now progressed that we're now in our fucking. I am 43 in a couple of weeks' time. That it's like you know, I don't think I need it as much as I used to. I don't need the drama. I don't need the not applause. I think that's the worst thing, isn't it? I don't need the advocacy. I don't need that. I like to be clued in, but occasionally, like if someone passed away, or you know, there was some serious news about someone or something, I'd like to know that I could still find out about it. But other than that, I couldn't give a fucking shit. And I still don't give a fuck about your run. And I still don't give a fuck. No offense. No, I still don't care where you ran. I still don't care about your top 30 albums. And look, share them, please do. Share your runs, share your albums. That's great. I'm just going to go, nah.
Well, that's
you know
it.
what? You know what I can't stand? These new avatars that are popping up everywhere. What the fuck is that about? Oh, look, it's a cartoon character of me. This is me. No, it's not fucking you. It's just a stupid fucking picture.
You didn't like it when we got the Apple ones, so.
No, I hate them.
No, I know. But it's like joking aside, I decided what would be the worst time to try and attempt online dating or anything like that would be to try and go on the online dating apps during a lockdown.
Yeah.
And there's like things now that I have, which are anyone who uses Snapchat filters on any pictures, fuck off.
Absolutely.
Like, it doesn't matter. You've and it's weird. You've even got like these groups now, which is either like you've got the Snapchat filtered people, or you've got the Brentwood lip filler massive.
Yeah.
And there's not really much in between. I'm kind of just looking for the bit in between.
You're looking for the tattooed Asian gamer.
Yeah, the Asian pink head tattooed gamer girls, comic book readers. Yeah, those ones. Not really going to find them on online dating apps, to be fair. I need to get out more. Oh, fuck. Actually, do you know what? I'll tell this story now. Might as well, because it seems like an apt point to do it. So I haven't really been out too much during this lockdown, more because of where I live and being in quite the main central part of town and where there's the no gooders. And like you guys shared that video of entitled white people coughing and spitting and being wankers in America. I've actually, the local supermarket to me, I've witnessed that firsthand in the middle of this pandemic, and it's like literally riddled me to the point of going, I don't want to go out to get food because I'm scared that I'm going to run into some twat like that again. Anyway, cut long story short, yesterday was my mother's birthday. I won't concede how old she was, and she's been very, how would I say, very self-isolating, to the extent that you wouldn't well, she hasn't seen anyone, basically, is the honest appraisal, up until about, I think, like a week ago. So I thought I'd go and see her. So I thought I'd go out for the first time in quite a long time, like 9 weeks, and walk beyond the end of my road. And so I did, but not entirely sure how to deal with all of this. When I finished work, I decided to put on my mask, my painter's mask. I don't know why I wore a mask. No one else is wearing a mask. Maybe it's just me and a psychological thing to wear a mask, but I thought that's what you should do. Or maybe not. Help allergies. Like
close spaces, yes, but outdoors you should be all right without.
Yeah, but yeah. So anyway, so I put that on, and actually I just thought, you know what? I haven't gone for a walk and listened to music in such a long time. Wouldn't it be lovely to go out and walk and listen to music? The only problem is to get to where my mother lives, I have to go through quite some densely populated areas where there's some never-do-wells, some booze hounds, some druggies, the Lycra Brigade, and idiots. So I'm trying to maintain my like social distancing vigilance with my mask on, with my AirPod Pros. Anyway, cut long story short, so I'm looking, as you do, because you've got headphones in, even if you turn like your air thing off or your, sound thing off, blocking off, you got to keep looking around just in case. One, you got to move out the way of some fucking Lycra idiot jogger, or two, you don't want to get run over by a car. Anyway, in my way of looking left and right quickly, the elastic on my face mask caught this bit here of, as you can see, of this AirPod Pro. And literally, I watched in horror as the one that's not in this ear, I guess you know what's happening next, pinged from my ear, rolled on the ground, and went straight down a drain. And literally had my mask on. And I was like, with my mask on, no,
No, Chris, you were going, no.
Like,
Yeah, no one could hear your muffled screams.
You know, like Return of the Jedi, where he goes, well, in the Super Edition edit, where he goes, no. That's Darth Vader in Episode 3, Revenge of the Sith. As I tried to pull the drain lid off, but it was like welded shut. And just saw it like seep into this like mud sludge and just sink down.
Oh.
I was gutted. They cost me £250 fucking pounds. What, 4 weeks or 4 months ago? I wanted to cry.
£350.
Yeah.
So anyway, I thought that I would see if Apple would repair my imaginary falling down the drain headphone. Yeah, that was £92.44. Thank you, Apple.
Jesus.
But so
you lost one of our easy to lose headphones. That is no fault of ours. You will pay us another £100, please.
Interestingly enough, that to even get to that, you have to go through a myriad of like different things through their website.
Holy crap.
You have to sync your website and the Apple website with your phone. You have to give the exact serial number of your specific device. They will then know automatically, they say, which device is missing. They went, one of yours seems to be like dead, and the other one is like in Colchester. And I was like, yeah, the other one's in a fucking drain.
One of yours is in Colchester, and one of them's floating down a river.
One's in the North Sea now in a discharge pipe. And they went, do you want this one? I was like, I don't know. Did I even have them in the right ears? Did I put them in the wrong way round? Like, you're like trying to stare.
You need a Morgan Freeman voiceover going, Disco's earpod was floating down a river of shit.
It's true though, but the thing is, like, it's true. You have to
didn't get to freedom. It just fell into more shit.
But it's true. Like, I mean, like as much as we think Apple are wanky, their security protocols are like, and their intelligence is out of this world. Which is why, like, Face ID scares the shit out of me, because I realise that they must have every record of it. That the fact that they know instantaneously who you are, or where you are, and where you are, and what you're doing, just from like scanning your face to open your phone. Ridiculous. Next thing you know, Apple TV are going to be solving crimes via Touch ID. We solved all these crimes through Touch ID and Face ID.
It's crazy.
So that was me. My first like proper go out for a proper walk, walking miles.
Yeah,
cost me £100. What a cunt.
There you go. So your new slogan should be "Stay home, save earbuds or AirPods."
I mean, give Apple their credit. They have dispatched me. Apparently, I'll get the new one tomorrow. But yeah, I didn't really. I wasn't
for £100.
I wasn't anticipating that expense when I went out, trying to stay.
What you really need, you need like a little cable or something that attaches to the AirPods.
You need AirPod
and
mittens,
then attaches to your phone.
Elastic.
And then you'll never lose them because they'll be attached to your phone. Something like that.
You mean,
if they did
proper headphones?
If they did something like that, you'd be all right.
I saw an advert for a set that cable that attached them, and they were like officially endorsed by Apple, and they're like 26 quid. And somebody's like, "You're kidding me? You're saying you want to make truly wireless earbuds wired? Sorry, is this an original idea, and you want us to pay more for it again? Go
Well,
away."
See, that's why I couldn't do it. I borrow these off Laura for doing Zoom calls and that because they're brilliant for that. But other than that, I couldn't.
Did you
I'd
see
be so
that they
pissed
are
off if I lost one.
the iPhone? Well, I know. Well, the thing is, I'm so protective. I haven't smashed an iPhone screen. I haven't broken a phone. I haven't broken any other piece of kit that I've ever had. But the day it comes to where I'm wearing a fucking face mask, it fires it out down a drain. That is like, you can imagine my heart sank that I've never done anything like that before in my life. And because of the fact I was trying to be careful and considerate, I fucked myself over.
I want to post a GIF right now of Quicksilver going, "You didn't see that coming."
I wish I was Quicksilver. I would have fucking raced and grabbed that thing.
No, it's just like, right, some elasticated things around my ears with expensive earpods in. What happens next?
Simo, haven't we heard? Is Simo still there? I can't see him in a minute.
Hmm?
Yeah, he said.
Haven't they said that Apple are not going to do headphones with the next iPhone?
That's the rumor.
That's the rumor. Apple haven't said that. The rumor mill is very much running because it's that time of year where we're approaching the July Worldwide Developer Conference, where they normally announce like what the next phone is going to be and all the rest of it. But yeah,
because you probably expect. Yeah, I was wondering whether they're just even going to get rid of the jack, full stop, on the next lot, which worries me slightly.
I want a hole to put my thing in. No,
so they'll remove the jack
the USB charger.
Yeah, the Lightning adapter. Yeah,
I thought
that would worry me.
To go USB-C.
Yeah, well, they are on the AirPod Pro, so you have to use USB-C. Well, there's a point charger for USB-C on the AirPod Pros or the latest model. I think what worries me is like for certain consistency with things like my DJ controller and stuff like that is all done. I need a Lightning adapter and the splitter cable to plug straight in, and Bluetooth to the controller. Yeah. So it worries me to an extent that they would do that, but I could kind of get why they would not put headphones in the box and say, well, you can buy some, but you've got to buy the adapter, and then you've got to buy some headphones. Or why don't you have these lovely little things that sit in people's ears that go down drains?
Yeah.
I think my latest phone didn't come with headphones. It just came with an adapter, and you can plug headphones into it if you want.
See, so, Apple copying fucking Samsung again, then, isn't it?
It's just that if Apple will be pushing theirs, and their headphones are pretty extortionate. They're great quality, but they are a lot of money.
Yeah, no, I agree completely, and I think that probably the only ones that I was going to consider before these were the Sony ones. It's just they're a bit more faff, and they're literally 20 quid cheaper.
Yeah, I know the very top end, high, truly wireless are all expensive bits of kit, but for what we use them for, I don't think they need to be of the quality that some of them are trying to push.
No, I mean, I would have said that like in the days where I was out and about all the time, they were the best thing ever.
Yeah,
they've been made pretty redundant in this lockdown phase. To be fair, I've had them on listening to Instagram DJ sets on a Wednesday night.
I'm using mine every day for phone calls, meetings, everything.
Yeah, I can't queue it up. I have automatic allocated stuff with work that I have to stuff I have to use instead. So I can't do that and mix between taking a phone, because all my phone stuff, I've got every conferencing app known to man on my work laptop. I've got all like phone systems on my laptop. I can't listen to a podcast and instantly jump between that. So I found that actually lockdown has made me listen to less podcasts, where normally I would be listening to fucking loads of them.
Well, I've just been streaming to my Bluetooth next to me. I sit there, just listen to them all day. Currently in the middle of Gangster Capitalism. That's well worth a listen if you've not heard it yet. First season's about Oh shit! Why can't I remember? Oh, the
Is that the
college,
Freakonomics author?
the college
Is that the
admission, the college admission scandal that happened, where people were paying ridiculous money to blag their kids
Yep.
into schools through the side door, and then the newest one is all about the NRA and the amount of fucking crooked shit going on in that
Enough
organisation.
said.
It's
Enough
really,
said.
really good. Really worth a listen.
I've got so many podcasts. I've got like about 82 that are in my queue.
Oh, really?
Like episode, like not different podcast, like
82
different.
episodes.
Yeah.
Oh God, yeah. No, I've got way more than that, but that's because I jumped onto the Dollop, and that's got like 300 something episodes, and I've only done about 20 of those. So
I have to
I'll
concede,
just gradually work my way through that.
although we're saying that with podcasts, you have certain podcasts that you enjoy, and I have to concede, and I've never done this for anyone ever before. I actually did a Patreon,
Oh, really?
like for one sub for one thing. So basically, what they do is they do an extra 8 podcasts a month on the Patreon, and then they also do 2 newsletters with it.
All right.
Anyway, I thought the newsletter was going to be like 4 pages. It was 60 pages each one, like a book
What podcast was this for then?
with links. It is the WrestleMe podcast.
Okay.
So the WrestleMe podcast, just to explain, and I, advocate. I know we really shouldn't be advocating other podcasts with on our own podcast. But WrestleMe is basically
we're all about whatever entertains us, aren't we? So
yeah, exactly. Which was Pete from the Football Ramble and Absolute Radio, and does all the voiceovers for RTV. Never watches wrestling. Never doesn't know anything about it. And Mark Haynes, who is basically a comedy writer for half the panel shows on Channel 4 and all like that, is a massive wrestling fan. And they just go through each WrestleMania from year to year. But rather than it being, match number 5 was whoever, it just turns into a rant about, did you know that Kamala has 5 soul albums? Did you know reviews of Abdullah the Butcher's Ribs restaurant, and about all these like stupid stories? But like the Patreon is all about they're just doing WCW only on Patreon, like shit WCW.
Oh,
and
brilliant!
It's just totally like for £6 a month. We're in lockdown, and you're getting 8 extra things to listen to that you like. Because I'm not listening to any football podcasts. Because what's the fucking point? I found it was totally worth it, and I've never been like, whenever you go, well, why don't you have a Patreon? I'm like, oh no, I don't really know. But I really enjoy that podcast and everything they do
you
so
like
much.
That much, there's no harm in giving them some extra support, is there, to keep them going? I think it's worth it. Maybe we need to set up a Patreon, Ham, and you can start giving us money.
Every Ham and Pip.
You mentioned
by Mars Bar.
Make me remember the bit on The Last Dance, middle of the playoffs. Where the fuck is Rodman? Oh, he's on WCW. Just pissed off. Didn't tell anyone. Turned up with Hollywood Hogan.
Oh yeah.
I don't think we can make a living off a Patreon account just yet. No. I don't even know if Pip still listens. I don't even know if Ham's listening at the moment.
Pip, can you
probably
hear
just us.
me?
I think it's just we're doing it for ourselves, just to keep ourselves sane. I don't think there's much else. Oh, I haven't mentioned the going back to a bit of a rant about stupid people.
Well,
got no problem with. Got no problems with people being out and about. The thing is, stay alert. Whatever that kind of means. But
why don't you take your hat off and reveal that full tuft of hair, that white blondie Boris hair?
Well,
stay in, don't go out. Don't go out.
But it's all over the place.
I can't believe you've not let Laura near you with some scissors.
I've explained this before. She does not have access to my hairdressing records, so it can't be done by just anyone. I'm fine with my hair.
Really
I slap a lot of crap on it when I go to work, and when I'm not at work, I've got a hat on. So
yeah,
it's
exactly.
all right.
I'm really liking the lockdown because it's like wanting to be brave enough to grow your hair out when it's really short. You can't really grow it. Like it looks shit for ages. So
I can't. I can't grow it long because I will look like some dodgy villain in, I don't know, an 80s action movie where it's like business at the front, like just bald, and then just
look
long
like
hair
Filch
at the
from
back.
Harry Potter.
Yeah, I would look like 1985 Phil Collins, something like that.
I can feel it calling in me.
Where there's just not enough at the front to be able to kind of comb it all back. But yeah, at the moment, I don't mind people being out. You know, there's the photos from certain distances to make it look busier than it is or closer than it is. I've been to lots of different types of places for work. Today, I was made to wear a mask, observe social distancing. They took it very seriously. But I've also been to schools and healthcare centres that have not taken it so seriously. So, you know, it's really just look out for yourself.
Funny.
No, but it's just look out for yourself. Do you worry about you? You do you, and let everyone else do themselves. But the people are the ones that were on the beach and getting interviewed.
That was so good.
Saying,
Those people moaning about everybody else when they're the ones doing what.
you know, yeah. So they're all sat there going, well, I didn't expect it to be this busy. All these people coming down here, ruining my fucking day out.
When they
You
drove
know
an
what?
hour
All
home to
these
get there.
people, apart from me, all these people, because, you know, we're family, we know each other, but all these other people, they're going to cause a second spike, they are, by being out. Not us, because we're family, so we can hang around together.
Yeah,
We don't
that
live
woman-
together.
That woman who
We're
said
just
that,
related.
the family that live in different households. Well, we're in and out of each other, each other's houses
no,
all the
they're
time. It's allowed. No, Sharon, not allowed. You stupid cow.
They probably are in and
But
out
at the
of
same
each
time-
other. But
But at the same time, there's stupid rules. You know, you could go and play a game of tennis or golf, or go and one of them could be a golf instructor, and then you could go and walk around a golf course with them
Yeah.
and
Well,
be
did
given
you see,
instruction.
did you see on the American briefing? And they were like, "Yeah, go play tennis with someone, but don't touch your partner's balls."
Exactly. How many tennis balls
Oh
would
my
you
god! So
need?
you got to sit there. You got to write your initials on all the balls you bring that you're going to serve with, and they have to kick them back to you. It's fucking ridiculous. It really.
I think the best one I saw was someone saying, "Oh, so I'm not allowed to see mum and dad, but I can see an estate agent." So mum and dad have put their house up for sale. I'm going to go and do a viewing tomorrow.
It's
As
true
long as
though,
I'm with
you
an
know,
estate agent.
That is ridiculous. Did you see the Schofield rant, Hancock?
Yes.
And this
Yeah.
is nuts. You're saying I cannot go and stand 2 meters away from my parents, but I can go and see one of my parents. Then they walk in, and the other one comes out, and I can see them. Yes.
You can see them one at a
That's
time.
fucking mental. What are you going on about?
No, I think his actual words were, "But don't you see that's bonkers?"
Yes, yeah, but it is. I saw some. There was some great.
I think
after that, it's like if you've enraged the Schofield, then you know you've done something wrong.
But just when you think, like the way we're handling it, every time you think, oh, you know, we're not doing too well over here, we're run by a bunch of muppets.
And then
All we need to do is look over the water to our good friend, Mr. Apprentice, Mr. Donald Trump, who has positively been
tested
negative.
but negatively.
Because I think he can't say that he's done something negative. He can't say he's done something bad. So it's got to be a good word first, then followed by the bad word. Because, you know,
is mental.
is I'm probably, out of all the people that have been tested, I've probably done the test the best. You know, a lot of people have done the test, but I'm probably best at being tested. Not a lot of people know that, but no one knows more about the tests than I do because I'm the best at being tested and I'm positively negative. Because someone even said in the background, negative. And he couldn't, and he's like, oh yeah, negative.
I tested positively.
I am positively negative.
The thing is, when we were like talking about this ages ago, that you know the Apprentice started on BBC Two, or like the original Apprentice, not our fucking 2Bob shit version of it.
Yeah.
That the original version with Donald Trump was on BBC Two at 6 o'clock after Neighbours on BBC One, I thought it was the best thing ever. I thought
Yeah.
he's such a wanker, but it's great.
Money,
isn't
money,
it?
money, money. And they're
But
like,
you
yeah, here
never,
we go.
and that was good in that context. But you never ever envisaged he would be the leader of one of the second most powerful nation in the world. And
It's crazy.
Oh my god! And
Because someone did a supercut of saying, look, here's Donald Trump talking about every topic you can think of, environmental, nuclear, whatever it is. And every time he went, I don't know if you know, but there's probably no one on this planet that knows more about environmental issues than I do. Probably no one on this planet that knows more about nuclear issues than I do. Probably no one on this planet that knows more about corrupt. He's just so cocksure of himself that he's the best. He knows everything.
it's
And
also
he's
his
just flagging
tweets.
it.
It's also his
He's-
tweets though, which look like a
He's-
time
he's
traveler.
Idiot,
So
though,
that
isn't he?
everything he says, and do you know what this
Yeah.
this applies to a lot of people. But every tweet that he's tweeted a negative to that about 5 or 6 years ago.
Yeah.
So it's
Because
really
it was
funny.
always about Obama. Like he'd have a pop at Obama, and then he's done exactly the same thing, and someone would go, 2014, you said this.
And yet
But
his,
you know,
his supporters are completely blinkered and will not look at that stuff.
I know, but let's not get too blinkered on politics, because we could use these parallels in exactly another situation. But let's not do it because we piss a lot of people off, and a lot of people switch off because they don't want to hear us talk about it.
It's fine; they're not listening to us anyway.
Well,
And it's a pod. We're talking about films and tits and shit. Well, not tits. Sorry, I'd like to apologise.
we
Fresh-
have not talked about
Where's all the
tits at all.
at?
Where's all the tits?
Sorry.
Come on.
Yeah.
Sorry, we
Maybe
have
that was
talked
me.
about it.
Right. This is a
Talked about
lockdown
Donald
thing.
Trump.
This is right. This
Yeah.
is a lockdown thing. I haven't been out for so long that some attractive lady walked past my house, and I was like,
And you
literally like,
spunked yourself.
who's that lady? You know the music. Who's that lady? I was like, oh my god, it's a woman.
Once the
I know,
lockdown
that's
eases
awful.
properly, once the pubs reopen,
Chris is just going to
Sexual
be running
health-
about jizzing everywhere.
sexual health clinics
That's not-
are going
no,
to
no,
be
that's not
run
true,
off their
though.
feet.
To be
There's
honest,
going to be so
I
much
won't-
fucking. People are going to be fucking in the streets. There was that video
That's-
of people fucking in Hyde Park. People are just
Oh,
gonna
that was
fuck like
brilliant.
anything.
That was brilliant. I can't.
People
and
are
then
just going to bonk.
that's the thing. You know, this could be like, if we get a conspiracy tinfoil hats on this, like I said, this could be a way of like trying to cull the population. But don't they realise that when this is all over, that there's going to be like fucking thousands? The NHS, they've had all the ventilators. Then they're going to need more maternity wards because the amount of fucking babies that are going to be born.
That
Town
and a
centre
lot
is-
of penicillin.
Yes, that's correct.
Town centre is going to look like a scene from, I don't know, Snake Plissken Escape from LA or something like that. Where it's just,
eyes wide shut.
yeah, it's just going
Hopefully,
to be
I can sell my house by then and go.
pumping, trashing everything. People are going to go mental.
I'm
It's
going to wake
gonna
up in the morning and find people shagging outside my house, and it's going to be awful.
Yeah. And you'll invite them in. Go, look, you can come in now. It's fine. You don't have to be out there 2 meters away. Just come indoors. Hump in my
I don't
living
think I'll
room.
go
Don't
that
mind
far.
me.
Yeah, I
think I'll
don't
go that
have to
far.
wank at you as you walk past anymore. You can
It's
come
all right,
and
I've-
watch me do it.
What are you
I've
trying
got
to
my own
insinuate?
shield. It's fine.
All I was saying was I'm that socially distant that I haven't really seen anyone in the flesh properly. That I was like, when I looked, I was like, wow.
You're going to start.
Normally, I
getting
would like
aroused
take it in
by
my stride.
You're going to start getting aroused by Victorian porn where they show a bit of ankle.
Ooh,
And you're
hey,
like,
That's
oh.
that's literally it.
all I'll
See,
say
what-
to you right now, Chris, is do not watch Who Framed Roger Rabbit anytime soon.
Oh,
No, I've got no intention. I mean, look,
You're
it's all right
not
for you
like
lot. All of you lot being socially distant with your wives and your girlfriends. What have I got? Fucking pillow. Lovely. Cunt.
No, you have a
that's
flesh
going to be.
which
That's
is
going to be. That's going to be one sticky pillow.
yeah.
No, I would concede that. No, I would.
No,
No,
you ain't conceiving into a pillow or a fleshlight.
no, I would just say that from the
What?
point of the perspective that I ran out of like the cleaning shit, so I stopped using that years ago.
No, you-
I've just got images of
You
Jay
can
from the
antibacterial
Inbetweeners. Jay from the Inbetweeners with a snorkel on and a pack of cold ham.
Brilliant. Actually, saying that, like my daughter really likes Friday night dinner, and she really likes Man
Oh,
Down
that's
on
brilliant.
All Four. Like, I know she's not technically old enough to watch it, but she finds it all absolutely hilarious. So I went, I'll tell you what, if you like both of those, you'll really like the In-Betweeners. Her face through the In-Betweeners was just like, this is shit. I was like,
Oh, really?
is it?
It's
Yeah.
probably dated
She
now,
loves-
isn't it?
It's really dated. Like
Yeah.
she loves Friday Night Dinner, loves Man Down.
Man
She
Down
literally-
is
she watched-
brilliant. Anything
watched
with
2
Peg Davis
episodes.
is great.
Yeah, she watched 2 episodes of the In-Between and she was like, this is shit. And I went, that was only 10 years ago.
We
I'm
did,
so
'cause
old.
it was the last episode of Friday Night Dinner the other week.
Yeah, it
We
was.
watched that.
It was.
That's a brilliant series.
I've
really,
never been able
really
to get
good.
into that. I love the
Oh,
dad.
I love it.
And I love, is it Jim?
Jim.
Yeah.
Shalom.
But the 2 boys, I just could not stand.
Well, effectively
no,
just playing the same
I thought
character
they were
as in the
terrible. It was
In-Betweeners.
just utter cringe and over the top cringe. And
No, I really
I
liked
really
it.
like the dad. I loved the shit on it and all that
Shit
crap.
on it.
But
Yeah,
There's
do you
a-
know what? I
right.
didn't. I'd never watched it. I'd never watched either Man Down or Friday Night Dinner till my 10-year-old said, "Dad, watch this. You will like both of these." And I went, "Oh, this is really good." My
Man Down is
10-year-old
great. And I
told
know
me to watch
that's
these
cringe as
programs.
well, but I just love Greg Davis. So
If you like the dad, there's an episode from this series worth watching where the dad's really stressed. He's like, right, everyone outside, and he's really annoyed because there's a carrier bag stuck in a tree over the road. It's fucking brilliant. It's really good.
That's the type of thing that would wind you up and me. I'd be like,
Yeah.
it's been there for fucking weeks.
amazing.
So I think that'll probably do us, won't it?
Yeah, I
why not?
reckon.
Unless
Why? Did
Anyone
we
else
get
got
any
anything?
comments? There probably isn't any comments, but
No, I
just
don't
check.
No,
think
there's
first.
not.
no, I don't think anyone's watched. I
Oh,
think it's
fuck it
just
then.
one viewer who is me who's logged in, and maybe Simo. And that's
Yeah,
about
I
it.
logged in occasionally throughout just to check, but there wasn't
Even Ham
anything.
stopped.
I don't think Ham ever logged on.
On
did
that depressing note,
Said he could hear us while he was taking a poo. So he
he? Yeah,
must have been for a
Yeah.
little bit. Oh,
he
brilliant.
just likes to control us. That's all it
Well,
is.
that's it.
Anyway,
oh well, I don't care.
this
I
has
had
been
fun.
I had fun.
this has been episode 54 of
Wow.
the lockdown sessions. We've now
Is
been
it
in
54
lockdown
of the
for.
lockdown?
No, it's
Yes,
episode
we've been-
54. It's not episode 54 of the lockdown sessions. Bloody hell. How long
Oh,
have we
yeah,
been in
fucking
lockdown?
hell.
We've been in
Fucking hell.
lockdown for 54 years now.
Pod a year.
We've forgotten what the outside looks like. No, this has just been the regular episode 54. I don't know what we're going to call this one.
It's another lockdown session.
Probably something about Chris's lost earbud.
His AirPod swam through
Rest
a
in
river
peace.
of shit.
His AirPod in a river of shit. There you go. Sorted. Anyway, I've been Wyatt. Thanks for watching, listening, or if you've not bothered, go fuck yourself. I've been joined by Ben.
Goodbye.
I've been joined by Chris.
My AirPod
That's you.
in the North
yes.
Sea.
It's on its way to Ipswich McDonald's.
Yeah, my AirPod.
Someone's going to
Turned
turn
up
up
at
with a
Harwich
quarter.
Costa.
Someone's going to be on Facebook with a picture of a quarter pounder and a shitty AirPod in the middle of the beach.
Quarter pounder and AirPod.
And I've been joined by Simo.
Thanks very much, guys.
No worries. Thank you, Simo. Thank you. And that's it. That's the Friday Night Beer Club. Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. We'll be back soon. I'll play some theme music and then we'll fuck off.
See you later, bye.
Latest taters.
There you go. Theme music. What was
Have we
that?
stopped broadcasting?
Was that?
Or is it still
No, it's still
broadcasting?
going.
Ah, for fuck's
I can
sake,
stop
I'll go for a piss.
broadcasting. Oh, well, you can go for a piss.
Oh, look, I can view the stream on YouTube. How do I do that? Oh,
Yeah, you just. That's
Yeah,
what I was
I've got
telling you
mine.
to do before at the start of the stream.
I've had
there we
mine
go.
in the top right-hand corner. It's weird. I keep looking and then seeing it say something from 60
We haven't
seconds ago.
technically finished. We haven't technically finished on YouTube yet.
No, it's still going. If Ben wants to log in,
Who's BD? Who's BD?
is that Ben? Pam?
No.
Yes.
Right,
Ben.
I need
VW.
to. Sorry, guys. I need to go.
Oh,
Okay.
Let's,
All right, Simo. We'll see you
Speak
soon.
soon.
I'll
Soon.
speak to you tomorrow.
Take care, mate.
Take
Yeah,
care,
no worries,
mate.
dude.
Bye.
Catch you later.